Hi. Welcome to our rad vlog lesson for February 25th, and it is Mardi Gras or Fat Tuesday today in New Orleans. So we are going to do some New Orleans style rhythms, and what we're going to cover today is actually the foundational rhythms. So the pieces that a lot of the New Orleans stuff are built from. This influences Mardi Gras Indian music. This influences the second line music. This influences jazz. It influences funk. The first part is a pattern called bambula. There's a few different versions of this. Bambula is known to have been one of the rhythms that was played in Congo Square. And in New Orleans, they allowed the slaves to get together to continue their culture and to play their drums and dance on Sundays for a lot of the history of colonial New Orleans, which made it very unique in the American South. Let me say something quickly about how we are going to do this. I am just showing you the cadences, but you can change the voicing. So we are going to play the straight cadence for part of our practice time, but then partway through, we're going to open it up to changing the voice. The cadence for bambula is going to be 1 E and a 2 E and a 1 E and a 2 E and a. So to make sure you get the idea, you can play whatever sound you want there. And for Kevin Fenton today, I am playing tambourine. This is a Middle Eastern tambourine called a rick, and it's got a lot of different sounds. So here we go. 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and a 4 E and a 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and a 4 E and a. Excellent. We're going to give you a handful of these today, so this lesson's going to be a little longer than the average. Our second pattern is called cinquillo. Cinquillo is a word that means 5 notes. The cadence is going to be 1 E and a 2 E and a. Here is the cinquillo pattern on the count. 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and a 4 E and a 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and a 4 E and a 1 E, a 2 E and a 3 E and a 4 E and a. Excellent. So there's our cinquillo pattern. The next pattern we have is a pattern known as habanera. This part is considered one of the Afro-Cuban roots that influenced a lot of these styles of music. This one, if you look at it, is almost sort of a backwards bambula. You'll see that if you look at the notation. This one is a little more downbeat driven. We catch both of the downbeats. The pattern on the count is going to be 1 E and a 2 E and a 1 E and a 2 E and a. Okay? And on the count, here we go. 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and a 4 E and a 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and a 4 E and a 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and 4 E and a. Alright, so there is our habanera pattern. So this next is called New Orleans clave, and it is a standard sewn clave, which is with the addition of one beat. And that beat comes in on the second downbeat. So we're adding in a downbeat to the sewn clave. And on the count, that pattern goes like this. 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and a 4 E and a. All of these cadences for New Orleans style music can be played on anything. There's a great video where Mardi Gras Indians are rehearsing, and one guy's playing a pizza box for a bass drum. One guy's tapping on the wall of the kind of tenement-y building that they're sitting on the little tiny stoop of to practice. And so you can play these on anything. So Dale is going to play this one on the agogo bell. And here we go. Here we go on the count. 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and a 4 E and a 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and a 4 E and a 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and a 4 E and a 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and a 4 E and a 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and a 4 E and a. And Ewa. Now, here's our trickiest one. This is a second line snare pattern. So here is our final pattern, and it's a tricky one. This is a second line snare pattern. It is off of the downbeat, and it's a very spacey pattern. The count for it is going to be 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and a 4 E and a 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and a 4 E and a 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and a 4 E and a 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and a 4 E and a 1 E and a 2 E and a 3E and a 4E and a 1E and a 2E and a 3E and a 4E, the 1E and a 2E and a 3E and a 4E and a 1E and a 2E and a 3E and a 4E, the 1E and a 2E and a 3E and a 4E and a. All right, so here's our little mini jam for Mardi Gras. All right, thank you all so much for joining us again. There's a few patterns to work with for Mardi Gras and a little mini jam, and we will look forward to tomorrow's lesson.